There's a lack of movies, a lack of series, a lack of news to talk about in the entertainment world, but do not fear, because there's certainly not a lack of weight behind this video. Welcome back, guys, to the channel, and yes, because there's not really a lot to talk about, I found an interesting article by the New York Post. Now, I can't really talk too much about the New York Post, don't know much about them. I'm going to assume that they're pretty left-wing there, but it doesn't really matter if they're left-wing, right-wing, or central. I don't really care what side of the plane this fat ass was sitting on either, to be fair, because that is not really important. But there is some, let's say, heavy flyer taking, you know, they're taking a lot of poundings here. They're taking a lot of criticism online due to their recent, let's call it flight activities or travel activities. So we have an obese woman, also known as a fat fucker, who is flying on a plane, and she booked 2 seats because she's overweight, she's fat, it's uncomfortable for her to sit in one seat, and I guess that she wanted to have 2 seats so she could try and, like, I don't know, even out the load, so to speak. And, you know, we see a lot of these people get criticised. Oh, look, you're fat. Your arm is, your fat. Your you know, gut is you know, sliding into my seating area. That's wrong. That's disgusting. I paid for my seat. I didn't pay for your fat to spread over and suffocate me on my paid seat. So I can totally understand that. So this woman, you know, does the right thing, the honourable thing, the Ned Stark thing, so to speak. She buys 2 seats to try and, I guess, not make anyone else's flight experience uncomfortable. And then some woman with a toddler who only bought 1 seat and was intending to have her son sit on her lap for the entire journey rocks up and notices that here there's actually nobody using this middle seat, and that fat ass at the window seat has just decided, I guess, to purchase 2 seats, and she told her to move over so her son could sit down. Now, we're not going to get into the entire dialogue that played out, but essentially, fat ass refused to do it. She then called over one of the flight attendants who actually took the side of the parent and asked her to move over so that this toddler could sit in the middle seat. But the woman that bought 2 seats, I guess she decided to plant both her feet down on the mat, just like she planted both her ass cheeks, one on each seat, and she basically refused, and she said, no, I'm sorry, I paid for both seats so I would feel comfortable, that's what I'm going to do. The toddler then had to sit on its mother's lap for the entire flight journey. Not sure how long it was. Could have been a 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. Could have been a 10 hour. That's not really relevant.
10 minutes.
But at the end of the day, she said that she got a lot of snidey remarks from said woman, and that there was customers on the plane not too happy with her, giving her dodgy looks, and that the flight attendants, you know, also didn't take her side. So the only reason here that I thought we'd make this video is because I feel like we probably don't cover fat people in a positive light. I feel like we've not been shy of judging fat people.
This fat son of a bitch.
Yeah, obese people. You know, these larger than life, but not in a good way. Plus size fatties. You know, we will come out and criticise them when it is necessary to do so and when they deserve to be criticised. But I actually have to take the side of this fat woman here. She purchased 2 seats because she, A, wanted to be more comfortable, and B, she didn't want to make the person sitting next to her uncomfortable. I think this should be applauded, because we've seen times where they only purchase 1 seat and their weight and their size then becomes a factor for the person sitting next to them, and they get criticised for that. So if they're going to get criticised for only purchasing 1 seat and making, you know, their fellow passengers travelling uncomfortable, then shouldn't we praise them and give them credit for doing the right thing and purchasing 2 seats and not making the person next to them uncomfortable?
I think there's loads of layers to this, pun intended. When I seen this article you loaded up, I'm like, right, I'm about to bury some fat bastard for 10 minutes. Fantastic, pal. Can't wait for it. But as you read it out, you know what the reality is? I mean, she's paid for 2 seats, and if you pay for 2 seats, you've paid for 2 seats. Now, Did the airline company offer to give her a refund for the one seat that the toddler was going to use?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. So I don't think she's well within her rights not to give up this seat. And also a key thing that I think some people may be forgetting, folks. This mother was willing to have this toddler sit on her knee for the entire journey.
Yeah, and then
So she didn't know there was going to be a fat bastard situation. You know what I mean? But because, I get it, right? See if this was your seat and there's some fat person beside you and they're taking up 2 seats. You're probably going to be thinking, it's ideal if my kid sits in this seat rather than sitting on my knee for 6 hours. I totally understand that logic. But see, once you ask them and they explain, here, normally I would give your child this seat, but I've actually paid for these 2 seats, and let's be real.
And also,
look at the state of me, I'm fat.
And also, she says that the mother told her to move and didn't ask her.
Yeah, I'm leaning on the side of the fatty here.
Now some people are in the comments saying, "Oh, well, you're praising a woman, you're defending a woman that is going to be dead by the time she's 40," but that's irrelevant. I'm not praising her for being fat. In fact, it's fucking disgusting. Now, in fairness, she did say that she's trying to lose weight, but she's not there yet. But that's irrelevant. I don't even think it. Let's say she doesn't want to lose weight. Let's say that she loves Big Macs and she wants to put even more on. At the end of the day, unfortunately, it's her life choice. She shouldn't be screwed out of money or denied a seat that she paid for because she's fucking overweight. I just don't think that's fair. I think that she's done the right thing here, and we're still seeing someone who's fat get criticised. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you buy a seat, you should be able to use it however you intend to use it. Hell, even if you buy a seat just because you don't want to sit next to someone, say if you're slim and you maybe you're claustrophobic and you just don't really like sitting next to someone and you want to buy a second seat for that reason, you're paying the airline for that seat, so therefore you shouldn't be guilt-tripped. There should be no other reason as to why you need to give that up. You're not screwing or taking anybody's seat away from them. You paid for that.
Here, I'm kind of confused though. I thought in order for this toddler to get on the flight, they would have had to have paid for a seat. No, I mean, maybe other airlines are differently. I mean, I'm not a plane kind of guy.
I think it's free plus. You need your own seat, something like
that. It's just something that's been blown out of proportion. I mean,
sure, no, but it's like buses and stuff. You don't pay for toddlers. You have to pay for children. And I don't know what the cut-off age is.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, people are like, "Oh, how much room does a kid take up?" Well, I mean, normally, it's like it's just a fucking mess. I mean, do you really want your kid lying on the flab of someone else? Well, obviously the woman did. I'm on the side of the fat bastard. That's. I mean, it doesn't sound like I am, but I am. Make no mistake about it. I am here. And you know what, folks? I just don't like travelling on planes. I'm not a plane guy.
No, me neither.
At least if you sat down beside somebody in a train or a boat, you can fuck off.
But the woman there also went on to say it's like, you can't really win because if I only bought one seat, I'd get criticised for it. And then I buy 2 seats and I'm still getting criticised. I think that's fair. I think she's right.
No, she is right, but in this instant, if she bought just 1 seat and the mother and toddler sat down beside her, nothing probably would have got said. Or do you think the mother would have been like, "Why are you taking up a third of my son's seat with your flab? What are you doing?"
But I think that if she only bought 1 seat, then the mother would be entitled to say that.
No, absolutely. Either way, folks, obesity is not a good thing, but neither's being an arsehole. And obesity came up on top on this occasion.
So what you're saying is obesity trumps entitlement?
Aye.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. Something different here. If you want to see more vids like this, more opinions like this, more talking points and discussions like this, then let us know down below.
It's especially the fact, though, that she's willing to carry the kid. Prior.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a seat beside me now. Fuck up, man. How about that? How about those apples?
Aye, why not?
That's it. And I don't know, folks. I would imagine there's some sort of law written in that if a flight's over a certain length of time, you're not allowed to hold your toddler for fucking 7-8 hours.
True, but I mean, what age is a child actually able to sit on a seat by themselves?
True.
Because you wouldn't have a...
But I'm not up to date in that, so I can't comment.
I mean, I don't think you'd have a 6-month-old baby sit on a seat 8 hours.
No, I couldn't
They
imagine.
just don't really sit. They need to be
No.
strapped in a special chair. I don't think they're designed. They're not really designed. Are you?
She's strapped in on a special chair, damn it. Reinforced steel, pal.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.